Welcome, Liz. Good morning. Well, we just had a wonderful intro to you, but I am wondering if you could please start out by telling us more about the program that you oversee, which is, of course, Amex Offers, and why this program is so important to Amex and the brand overall.
Well, I'd actually like to start with a question to the audience. How many of you are Amex card members? Oh, that's very, very good showing. So hopefully you guys know what Amex Offers are because my team sends you many, many, many emails about them. But if you don't read those emails or if you don't know what they are, Amex Offers are offers to incentivize spend at particular places. So think about an offer to Platinum card members to spend $40 at Walmart and get $10 back. So it provides a lot of value to our card members. It helps us differentiate ourselves from our competitors. And in many cases, the merchants pay for the value of these offers because they see a unique marketing channel to reach their customers or prospects and drive their goals using our data to target and our marketing vehicles to reach and have their brand out there. Card members have to enroll in these offers and then go on to redeem them. There's no coupon codes, they just use their card like they normally do, and then they get the rewards automatically credited to their account. So to bring it all together, so Amex gets the value of these from getting the card members using their card and the revenue that comes with that. Card members get the rational value of those rewards, whether it's statement credits or membership rewards points, and the merchants get a great way to promote their own business to our customers.
So let's double click into the Amex Offers program. How is the program marketed today and how has the marketing evolved since the program's in 2012 inception?
So there's three main ways card members can enroll in offers. One is through the American Express app, one is through the American Express online account, and the third is through the email program, which we're going to talk mostly about today. And there's many teams across American Express involved with bringing these offers to life. My team is responsible for driving the card member engagement. So we focus a lot on email, and it's the largest email curriculum reaching our card members and has some of the strongest click-through rates. When I think about some of the things over the years, Movable Inc. has been a key partner from the very beginning because dynamic personalization has been really important because at any given time, card members are eligible for a variety of different offers. There's an American Express proprietary algorithm which is deciding what are the right offers to promote to this card member at this time. And then Movable Inc. helps us render that into a beautiful email, pulling in the merchant's logo and the offer construct and imagery and the expiration date. And so core partner for many, many years. I'd say one of the big themes across the last more than a decade is marketing expansion. Especially in the last couple of years, we've dramatically increased the proportion of our base that we're talking to with these emails, how frequently we talk to them, and we found new meaningful moments at which there's like a meaningful thing to say about Amex Offers and driving more engagement that way. And like many of you in the audience, we also had to adjust in the last couple of years to the Apple's privacy changes and sometimes rethink what that dynamic personalization looks like to make sure the content is still relevant, even if it gets cached in the card member's inbox.
So I love talking about emails, but I more love looking at emails. So can you give us a quick tour of the emails that are on the screen?
Yeah. So we think about marketing to card members through the Amex Offers engagement funnel. First, we want card members to enroll in these offers, and then we want card members to redeem these offers, and then we want their third step is repetition. We want them to enroll and redeem throughout their tenure and throughout the year. So that first step, driving enrollment, is one of the heroes of that program is what you're looking at on the screen today. It's the dynamic enrollment email. This goes very broadly to our base twice a month, and it pulls in the 10 offers that our algorithm thinks are best for this card member at this moment. You can enroll in offers directly in the email if you click on that plus sign that you see in the GNC pop-up box. And we see really strong engagement. And one of the key things about this email is it's very templated. So we're not starting from scratch twice a month that we send this. We're always continually innovating and testing and learning, but largely it's the same template each and every time, and what's different are the offers that are pulled in. And I'll share a fun fact about this email. I'm sure there's many other marketing nerds like me in the room, so hopefully you think this is a fun fact too about cross-channel dynamics. So although card members can enroll in offers directly in this email by clicking that plus sign, We also find that we see this halo enrollment growth in those other two channels, in the mobile app and the online account, because this email can serve as a signal for card members who may prefer to use those other channels, but they'll still get the email and they're like, oh, let me go check out my Amex offers, but they'll go into the app instead. So I think that's an interesting dynamic about this particular email. The next phase of the funnel is driving redemptions. And one of the creatives for that, which is on the next screen, is our Reminder Digest. So fancy name, Reminder Digest, and the point is we're reaching card members who have enrolled in offers but haven't yet redeemed and reminding them of what offers they've enrolled in and encouraging them to go on to redeem. This one, too, is templated. It looks about the same every time, but new offers are pulled in, whatever the card member has enrolled at the moment. This one also includes a savings to date module, which is there we go, over there behind my head. This is actually my own email. This is showing how much savings I've achieved over the years, almost $700. Not to brag, but that's my number. And we include that to encourage card members to redeem these offers and keep going. Then the third piece of the puzzle is how do we drive that repetition over time? So we have a series of recognition triggers that go out to card members at meaningful moments. For example, their first enrollment of the year, or their first redemption of the year. We're looking at the first enrollment trigger on the screen today, and these help drive and nurture that ongoing engagement with the program. There's also a variety of servicing communications that we sometimes use that we're not showing on the screen today, such as an enrollment confirmation to make the card member aware that their enrollment was successful. And a theme of how we think about this marketing is the notion of blending the marketing and servicing. We send these emails, I forgot to mention the Reminder Digest goes out every week. So we send these emails really frequently to our card members, and we treat them as servicing because that's what we want the card member to have them feel like. So you don't see a lot of salesy content, not a lot of editorial. It's really providing the service of here's your offers, take advantage of them. I think that's been effective for our program.
I've saved something like $1,100 through the Amex offers and earned something like 100,000 MR points. And I mean, it's just amazing, the value. And it's really deals that I am spending at merchants that I love. So it's a really passive program. It's just amazing value.
Thank you for the promotion.
Yeah, sorry, you know, love it. So I just want to say in the last few years, your team has helped deliver so much amazing card member engagement growth with offers. So can you just talk a little bit about what the secret was with that and how you were able to deliver all of that?
Yeah, so when I came to this team, I tried to instill a culture of always on test and learn and really rigor around that test and learn, so we were always innovating. And I encouraged the team to build muscle around all the things that you need the muscle around there. So hypothesis testing, hypothesis formation, sound test design. How do you read results? How do you understand statistical significance? How do you have an always-on backlog? So you know what is the next best thing to test once you get the learnings from the current tested market. And we also focus on the basic levers of the program. Who are we talking to? When were we talking to them? How frequently? What were we saying? In what sequence were we saying it? And we were able to find a lot of low-hanging fruit to really drive improvement in the program. So I'm going to cover two examples that I think are quite interesting from our test and learn findings. The first is related to that Reminder Digest that we talked about earlier, where the goal is to encourage card members to redeem the offers that they've enrolled in. So we wanted to encourage more card members to go on to redeem the offers that they enrolled in. And at that time, we were sending that Reminder Digest once a month. So the idea was, you know, maybe card members aren't remembering what offers they've enrolled in, and so if we increase the frequency beyond once a month, maybe that would drive more card members to redeem. But it was a little bit controversial at the time, because why would card members want to hear from us more than once a month about the offers that they've enrolled in? But we designed a really sort of safe testing environment so that we could pull back if we needed to, and we started to send it twice a month. And guess what happened? Engagement rates went up and the opt-out rates went down.
Wow.
And then a couple of months later, we're like, why don't we try sending this weekly? And that too was quite controversial, even in my own team, who's here today, didn't really think that was the right idea, but we tried it, and we still saw really strong engagement and low opt-outs. And I think the key there is if your content is relevant to the customer, they will pay attention and they will want it. So that was a great learning. The second example I'll talk about today is related to the offer tiles. So what I mean by offer tiles is if you look at the GNC box over here, that's our offer tile, and we show the merchant name, the offer construct, which in this case is spend $75, get $15 back. And a couple of years ago, those tiles looked different, and they were actually reversed. The merchant name was quite small, and the offer construct was really large and bold. And we weren't sure if the tiles had been designed that way for a really good reason. Had we tested our way and found that was the right thing? Because there's a lot of movement in American Express, so we didn't have all the history of how it arrived to be that way. But we had a hypothesis that the thing that mattered the most was actually the merchant name, and the construct mattered a little bit less in driving those enrollments. So we ran an A/B test to flip-flop the prominence of the merchant name and the offer construct, and the version you're seeing today won, driving more click-throughs. So that's what we've gone with ever since.
That's great.
And so I think a theme with some of the test and learn we've done is really thinking about the sacred cows of a program. If you're running a really long-standing program, there's many things you might take for granted, and having the courage to question those things and test them in smart and controlled ways, you can really grow the results of your program.
Yeah, when we come in for our Accelerate engagements, we also sometimes ask for historical documentation around things, and there's often none, you know? And so just sort of finding out that the things that people believe to be these sort of like sacred stakes, you know, maybe were never tested into at all. So, and the way that digital behavior is changing so quickly, like, I think everything can be assumed to be, you know, that everything is up for grabs nowadays. So in the last 3 years, we've seen such monumental changes in consumer spend patterns at a level of unpredictability during the pandemic that, you know, maybe has never been seen before. How did you handle all these changes and pivot your program accordingly?
So when we entered the pandemic, Amex marketers, like I'm sure everyone in this room, didn't really know exactly what to do. And there's a lot of marketing that we turned off just because we didn't know what else to do. So we turned off our Amex offers marketing for a period of time. But then we realized that it provides value to our customers, and there's probably a way we could turn it back on if we adjust the messaging and the content in it. So we slowly and gradually turned it back on, toned down some of the messaging, and suppressed certain types of offers that would seem tone deaf. For example, we suppressed all travel offers and cruise offers because no one knew when's the next time you're ever going to go on vacation. And we got our engagement rates back up because it was valuable content to the card members when we adjusted it to meet the current environment. Another thing that was going on at the time, my team at that time was responsible for our card member marketing for the Shop Small movement, which hopefully many of you are familiar with. Amex has been a big proponent and starter of the Shop Small movement with Small Business Saturday more than a decade ago. And as I'm sure everyone remembers, during that time, small businesses were in a really tough situation. Many of them were closed because of the lockdowns, and many were never going to reopen. And we were able to secure a really big investment from American Express to create what turned out to be the largest ever Amex offer at that point, which was our Shop Small Amex offer, where card members could spend 10, get 5, up to 10 times at small merchants. So that's up to $50 in value, and was encouraging card members to go shop at 10 small businesses. And because we had this big investment and there's going to be a lot of above-the-line paid media as well as PR, we knew there'd be a lot of new card members paying attention to Amex offers that may not have been paying attention before. So we created a program that would really harness the incremental engagement and awareness that we were going to be getting, and parlay that not only into engagement with that Shop Small offer, which was really important, but also to make sure that these card members continued on and enrolled and redeemed in other Amex offers that they could take advantage of. Movable was also an important partner in that, for that Shop Small offer, because you could redeem it 10 times. We sent an email that had a redemption tracker that showed, hey, Liz, you've redeemed this 2 out of 10 times, 8 more to go, keep at it. And we also partnered with Movable to present small merchant recommendations. So in many of the emails, we showed card members recommendations using an Amex proprietary algorithm that thinks about who you are and your shopping behavior, where you live, and pulls out the recommendations of small businesses in your neighborhood, and Movable helped us bring those to life in the email, dynamically customized for the millions of card members.
Such a special program. Can you talk a little bit about why personalization and real time is so critical to the customer experience with these programs?
Yeah, so at any given time, a card member may be eligible for hundreds or thousands of offers, and their engagement with those offers might change because offers have enrollment caps, and that offer may hit the enrollment cap, or the offer may expire because they're a limited time, or the card member may have gone from being eligible to having enrolled to redeemed and closing out of the offer. So the ability to have that real-time customization allows us to send these emails and have accurate information and do it at scale and efficiency. And we have quite a lean team who works on this program, so the automation is really quite critical to us.
I think a lot of people who are in the program maybe now are going to start redeeming their offers a little bit faster for those who didn't know that. So Amex Offers is one of the most operationally complex programs that reaches card members. How are you using automation to keep marketing running efficiently?
I'd say the first thing is we templatize whenever we can. We can't start each email from scratch, so we have these templates and we use that dynamic customization to personalize them to the card members and version them for different segments and different purposes. And allows us to do it with a lean team. I'd say the second piece is that we have a really robust pre-launch test process. And we're continually improving that process, and so we can be more and more efficient each time we execute the emails. And I'd say lastly, even with the best automation, you also need the best humans working on your program, and I have an amazing team who brings so much enthusiasm and diligence to whether they're creating the next new sexy email or reviewing the same email we've sent you guys 100,000 times, and bringing that same energy to making sure it's awesome.
What's your advice to marketers who are interested in launching highly personalized marketing programs but are maybe just getting started?
I'd say two things. And the first one is kind of obvious, but sometimes we forget, and it's that we need to listen to the customer. And I don't mean that we all need to go out and spend lots of money on formal customer research. We should do that and take advantage of that when we can, but we can't do that every day. But our customers are actually talking to us every day in how they open our emails or don't, and how they click or they don't, or whether they opt out. And we have all of this data, and we should listen to it and use that to inform what we do with our programs. And the second piece is to have the courage to challenge those sacred cows of the program. If you're newer and you're inheriting someone else's program, ask the questions. Why are we sending this email on Sunday? Why are we talking about this content in this order? Why do we include this segment but suppress that segment? And sometimes you might find there's a really good reason, and it's a smart thing to do, but other times you might find, like, I don't know, we've just been doing it that way. And that's where your opportunity is to form new hypotheses and test and really grow the results of the program.
Liz, I cannot thank you enough. This is such an inspirational but really practical keynote, fireside chat, and you've just given us such great advice today. So thank you, everyone. If you could just give us a round of applause for Liz. This is great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, awesome.